check this out. Starting in second, but pole position. Oh my, what's going on here? Hello lads, and welcome to... Well, I normally start my videos by saying welcome to hell. But we actually had quite a good day of racing here today. We are here in the 430 with what should be a livery on a 458. But you know, let's not get bogged down in all the minor details here. I'm just going to get punted off at turn 1. But it's alright. We've got a good car. I was having a very good time, apart from that punt, in this car. You can see Dom Pope up ahead in the Lancia. He is going to be one of the guys who I did have a good day of racing with. He has just driven straight off the track though. I'm not sure what happened. Oh no, that wasn't him. Dom Pope wouldn't do a thing like that. Pope is up ahead of us though. So... at Suzuka, this was my first race in this car, just getting to grips with it, see how she handled, you know, just trying her out. Oh, just about going to get around that BMW, but he's going to come for a swipe at me. But it doesn't set me too off course, so we are up into 8th position. I take a bit of a weird line into the hairpin here, but do not fret, do not worry, we haven't lost too much time. We're going to try and gain on this guy ahead who is leaving a cloud of smoke for me and driving himself off the track. So, you know, if that's what you want to do, mate, that's what you want to do. So that was an easy P7 gained. Coming round spoons, trying to be as patient with getting the power on. This car does give a bit of a kick of oversteer. Now this is one problem I have a lot in this game. If I see someone drive off, a lot of the time just follow them off. I don't know why I do it. It's like I get hypnotised by them. So this guy, I just give him a nudge, but I don't think my nudge was the reason for him driving off the track. I nudged him way before the braking point. So, sorry mate if that was my fault. So we're going to close this race off with going round a GTR who had a bit of a mishap with a tyre wall. Well, I think it was a tyre wall anyway. Doesn't really matter, does it? It was a wall. He hit it. That was that. So crossing the line in 5th. Lap times, well, wasn't great, but I only had 2 laps. And, well, you know, the Lancia seems to be a bit of a kick-ass car in this class. So I am going to have to try that. And, well, next race, put us on bloody Suzuka again, but in the rain. I'm not going to show you this whole race. I will show you the whole of the next one, though, because it was a beast. Let's see how this car handles in the wet, then. Turn 1, I'm going to go wide. I was kind of just trying to avoid everyone, and then I just sort of got sucked off. Not in a Pornhub way, but... it's not going well here. Give a good ramming to the GTR in front of me, but he wasn't affected at all. He does have a mishap with the GT40 though, and well, nothing else happened in that race. Jumping to the end, Dom Pope up ahead did miss his braking point, but he is still going to finish in P2. Yeah, I am going to give that Lancia a go though. Tonight, I reckon. So coming across the line in P3, checking the lap times in the wet. Wasn't too bad, wasn't too far off having the fastest lap time. The Lancia was setting it though. Now, check this out. Starting in second, but pole position. Oh my, what's going on here? So I'm gonna slip ahead. That's gonna be me nicely, basically getting a pole position. So thank you for that. Poor judgment has followed me through, and well, he's very close. We were very close the whole race, pretty much. He is going to run a little wide there, so that is going to allow me to gain a few feet on him. So jumping to the start of lap number 5, Poor Judgment is still right behind me here. Very close behind me, 50 feet and closing in. I need to give the GT40 a go as well, really. Now, I go a little deep, and that's going to give him the chance to slip up the inside. Bit of a shame, but I can tuck into his slipstream. I do think he had the straight line speed on me, though. But I did have the brakes, which we are going to demonstrate right here with an absolute dive bomb. And, well, it's going to give me the inside line. Now, look how close we are. Look at that. It's going to give me the inside line, though, for the penultimate corner. Well, I would call it the final corner, really. It was the last chance to get on the brakes on this track. Now, that's going to give me a P1 with a very close finish. Very close. It was a good race there. But I didn't show you the whole thing, I know, but it was good, trust me. I wasn't going to show you the whole thing because, you know, it was just boring. 5 laps of the same thing. So, Sonoma. Starting in P3 here, we are with Poor Judgment and my main man, Pope. We've got a Tactical Outlaw in P1. But he isn't going to stay in P1 for too long. We hooked up that corner pretty nicely. We're all staying together here. Not too much contact going on at all. Now, Poor Judgment, he exercises poor judgment, and, well, Poor Tactical Outlaw is, well, he's gone right down the pack, hasn't he? So, it's going to be me, Poor Judgment, and Pope having a shootout here. I am going to show the whole race because I did very much enjoy this. Top stuff here on the channel today. So, Poor Judgment was going a little wide, but I don't take the best line out of the corner. I wasn't sure where we were going there either. So, I'm going to try and remember that my brakes were better than Poor Judgment's in the last race. So I'll try and utilise them as much as I can. He has got away a little bit. I take a pretty poor line through these S's. I normally do take a pretty poor line through those S's. I need more practice. They feel really different to the S's on Project Cars. It feels like there's a lot less elevation change in the turns, so and I just need to adapt myself a little bit, really. Coming into the hairpin, getting a pretty nice line out of it. Now this whole race, I didn't do it this lap, but the other 2 laps I do hit that wall on the finishing straight, the start-finish straight. We're still with Pope. Oh, sorry, Poor Judgment. Pope is right behind us, though. There's 120 feet in it between all 3 of us. Anything could happen right here. Poor Judgment is going to take a pretty poor line through here, though, and I am going to have a little look around the outside, maybe. Well, I had a go at it, but nothing doing here. Couldn't quite get the run. I'm just having to be really patient, and there it is, the pounce. You've got to be patient until you make your pounce, and you've got to park it on the apex so he can't come back and take the position back off you. I take a triple nudge off Poor Judgment, but it wasn't anything too bad to send me off my line. Now we're both going to run a little deep here, and well, Dom was almost looking for the cutback, and look how close we are now. It's all kicking off here at Sonoma. Now, the curb just completely ruins me there. And I almost make a terrible rejoin, but luckily I didn't wipe anyone out with me. It was really unfortunate that what happened to me on that curb. I reckon if that hadn't happened, I would have been able to seal the deal on this race. But you know, c'est la vie. So rounding off lap number 2 around the hairpin, and I'm going to take too tight a line through here and clip the wall. Doesn't lose me too much time though, luckily, but you know, in a race this tight, tenths mean everything. So I'm going to do a 50-50 across this curve that Tony Hawk would be proud of, and well, we're all sticking together like glue here. This was so much fun. I love it when races are like this. Go a little bit wide, doesn't lose me any time though. I thought I was going to get the run on Poor Judgment there, but nope, nothing doing this time. I'm too far away to make a bomb on this corner, but I'm going to take a slightly better line than poor judgment, I think. Yeah, a little better. He runs a little bit wide, and well, I don't really know if I gained any time, but I am going to go for the bomb here. It's happening. I go for the bomb of the decade, but he still manages to squeeze through the tightest of gaps. This is all kicking off. I was loving this so much. Unfortunately, Pope has managed to stretch the gap, stretch his lead out a little bit. Not too much though. Now, poor judgment, he goes on the grass, and I close the gap immensely, but once again, I just get hypnotised by someone going off the track and just follow them. I'm going to make one last ditch attempt at a bomb. The attempt was not good enough though. So unfortunately that is going to be a P3 there. Hitting the wall again. Never mind. Too little too late. And well, look at those lap times. That was tight. The Lancia behind me actually set a faster lap time. I had the second fastest, but I really am going to have to give that Lancia a go, aren't I? Is that like the third time I've said that? Never mind. So, we move on to, what's this track called? It's there, Mugello. Probably Mugello, I'd say. So, what's going to happen in turn one here? This car in front of me, he just gets on the brakes far too early. I give him a bit of a punt. And Mr. Saganawi, he's going to come in out of nowhere in his Ford GT. Need to give that car a try as well. So many cars I need to try. Now this Lambo in front of me, he was being very slow, and I kept nudging him. I was trying to be patient. I try and find a way around the outside, but that just lost me time. I'm going to have to go for the bomb here. Stick my nose in a bit. Nothing doing there. He was. I get really impatient, you know, while I'm watching the leaders just gain more and more time while I'm stuck behind someone. He does it again. He gets really drifty, and that causes me to drift after I go into the back of him. The GT looking up my inside here, but I'm just going to shut the door on him. Got every right to do that if you're not right next to someone. Got every right to stay on the racing line. So we have managed to keep fourth. I think I started this race in fourth, didn't I? Maybe? Yeah, I think so. So, well, the Lambo is going to get rather drifty, and that is going to give me the better run. And, well, I'm just going to have to park it on the apex here, so he can't do anything. He's still very close. But, I've got the run. Yeah, I'm going to take these S's pretty nicely. I was thinking that, like, taking that red bit on that last chicane, it didn't dirty your lap, and that made it was a clean move, but I've just seen it's dirty. I'll try and change my ways for my next race around Mugello. So, jumping to the beginning of lap number 3, because nothing really changed, everything very much stayed the same. But we have closed the gap a bit on P2 here. Closing the gap on Lard Llama. Don't know how he came up with that name. But maybe he has a pet llama. Maybe that's what he does in his spare time when he's not racing on Forza. Riding llamas. Or racing llamas. Probably not. So, let's see what we can do. Not really closing the gap much here. I still wasn't too used to this car, really. I think I was shifting down a bit too early, and that was causing the back end to kick out a bit. One day I'll adjust myself. I just have a really bad habit of constantly shifting down too early to try and use engine braking, so I can get on the brakes as late as possible, but in some cars it just doesn't work, you know, you just get sideways. Now Lord Llama has had a bit of a bad run on that last straight. I think he clipped the grass a bit, and he's got drifty as again. Drifty as. Now I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna dive bomb, but round the outside. Look at this. Look at this. How tight. What? That was class, in my opinion. Class bit of racing. Oh, that was clean when I just went over the red bit. maybe I took too much red on the last lap. I'm going to park it on the inside so he can't make a move on me. And, well, that has sealed the deal. Lard Llama does have a faster car on a straight though, but it's not going to be fast enough in this case. So that is going to be the end of the race and the end of the video, guys. Checking the lap times, obviously there was Lotuses on the track, so I had no chance in setting a better lap time than them, did I? You know, noob wagon, pay to win, Lotus Elise, GT1 business, whatever, whinge over. But thank you very much for watching the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you did, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.